magic E. And you guys have been doing a lot of work in phonics. So I was like, you've been like Bretley this morning, he told us about two vowels going together and the E was doing the talking in eagle. Do you remember when we looked at eagle this morning? And there was an EA, but the A said nothing. So you guys have been doing a lot of work in phonics, but last week and this week we've been doing a lot of being word detectives. And we've been doing a lot of discovering the silent E and how the E does what?
Talking. Nothing.
The E does nothing, but what does it do to the vowel in the middle? Right. It makes it say its name. So I was thinking, and this time what I'm going to do is I was thinking, because Mr. Hauser is wondering how phonics is going for our classroom, because he wants to tell the other first grade teachers how phonics is going. So I was wondering if we could write him a letter. And today I'll write the letter with everybody helping me write the letter. But then I can type it up and send him an email. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
So you guys can help me write the letter, and then I can type it up, and I can send him an email to say, this is what we're doing in phonics. Now, let's think gently about what we're doing in phonics right now. What are we doing in phonics? What did we do last week? Today's Monday, so we haven't done anything yet today. But last week we studied
Silent E.
magic E. So that's what we've been working on in phonics right now. So what I want you guys to do is with your partner, I want you and your partner to think about what's something we could start saying. What could we tell Mr. Hauser in our letter about what we've been learning about magic or silent E? What could we tell him? Turn and tell your partner.
Can this book go together?
The three of you can work together.
I want to write it on my
Okay, dear Mr. Hauser. About what? What about phonics? What happened? There you go.
No, that's not
Hey, Bretley, what
how
have you been learning?
That's not how you spell magic. That's not how you do it.
We're not writing right now. Make sure your markers are behind you so you remembered something there, Hunter. All right. Friends, turn your bodies back to me in 3, 2, 1. I noticed some of you, and I had to give reminders to some of you. So, Bretley, if I talk to you again, I'm going to take away a ticket. Where does your marker go? Behind you. No one should be touching their marker. Okay.
Or in the lab.
We need to plan out what we are going to say. And I heard you guys, I heard Savannah started with, Dear Mr. Hauser. So that's a great way to start a letter or an email. Okay?
Do you have a silent E?
It has, well, sort of, it has that vowel T. Yeah. Okay, but so what we are going to do is we need to plan out, Lila, what are we going to say in our letter? So I was thinking we could start with saying, we are working on the case of silent E. Silent E makes the vowel long, like in late and take. Okay?
I tape.
Can you guys, I'm going to start writing up here. Can you guys watch how I write? You don't need to write right now, so your markers are still behind you. You're going to watch me, and when I ask for help, then you can help me, okay? So I said, we are working on the case of silent E. So I'm going to start my first letter. And if I start my first letter, what does it need to be? Oh, I'm skipping the deer. I'm starting with we. If I'm starting with my we, oh wait. We is a snap word. But I do remember that. But it's the beginning of a sentence, so what do I need to start with? A capital W. We. And I'm going to check. It's on our word wall. We. And I've spelled it right. Give me a thumbs up. Did I spell it right?
Yeah.
We. Okay. We are working. Working. Now, when you guys hear that word, I'm going to write work. Do you hear some something in working that sounds familiar? Working, working. Do you hear something? Thumbs up if you hear something familiar in that word. Working, working. Okay. Turn and whisper to your neighbor. What do you hear that's familiar? All right. Get ready to shout it out in 3, 2, 1. Ing. How do I spell it?
I-N-G.
We are working. We are working. We are. R is not on there. We are working on. But is on a snap word that's up there? Okay. So I'm going to check. On. We are working on. The. The is also a snap word. So I'm going to write the. And I'm going to check. Are you watching how I check the word wall every time to make sure I spelled it right? The. Why is the not up there?
It used to be, I remember.
I must have lost it. But you know what? It's on that word wall, so I can still check it. And I do see that I spelled it right. We are working on the case of silent E.
You just said the again.
I did. We are working on the case of silent E. Now, I might need a little bit of help. I might need a little bit of help spelling the word case. So Aiden's going to put his marker down and Croy's going to reset his body so that he's watching me. Okay? Case, I know starts with a k. Case. Now listen. What?
Silent E.
What am I missing, George?
Silent E.
How do you know I'm missing the sound?
Cut A.
Ace. So what do I need at the end? Turn and tell your neighbor. Make sure your neighbor knows. Check and make sure your neighbor knows. Does your neighbor know? You can join this group, honey. Great. What am I missing on the end? All right, friends, what am I missing on the end? Okay. We are working on the case of. That's another snap word of. I don't think it's on that snap word, but it's over on that snap word. We are working on the case of silent E. Now I'm going to put an exclamation point because I think that this is pretty impressive. We are working on the case of silent E. Okay. When I did my writing, did you guys notice that I was making sure to check the word wall?
Yeah.
Because if I don't check the word wall, I won't know if I'm making sure to spell my snap words right. Okay? Can you guys read it one more time with me?
We are working on the case of silent E.
I know, the case of silent E. Some of us call it silent E and some of us call it mystery E. Okay? But or magic E, sorry, magic E. But this time we're calling it the case of silent E, kind of like our anchor chart says, the case of silent E. Okay?
Wait, you can
Now,
the case of the silent E.
Can I have you guys get ready to do some writing with me on your whiteboards?
Yeah.
So you're going to need to get your markers ready. Get your markers and your whiteboards ready. Make sure that you're in a writing position because you are going to write. We are going to write the same things together. So I think, do you guys remember? We need to review. Our sentence was we are working on the case of silent E. Silent E makes the vowel long, like in late and take. Okay, so the next one we're going to do the next sentence we're going to do is silent E. Silent E makes the vowel long, like in late and take. Okay. Right. So you guys can start writing. You're going to need to write small because your whiteboards are small. But you're going to write exactly, not this stuff. Don't write this stuff. You're going to run out of room. But you're going to write everything that now I write after this, okay? So the first thing you need to write is silent E. So go ahead and write silent E. Silent E. Make sure you write kind of small. Silent E.
I'm just gonna write these. There's silent E. There's two E's. No.
Remember that the more we shout out and Jordy and Braylee, the more we shout out and chit chat, the longer this takes us to get through, and I want to get to the fun part of it. Okay? Silent E makes. Now, make was a snap word, and we just had it last week on our test. So can you and your neighbor spell make together? You and your partner spell make together. Silent E makes. Can you help her spell makes? Eden, don't worry. Just write make for now. We're going to talk about what we hear at the end. Okay. Silent E makes. What am I forgetting at the end? S. So even though it's a word we know, it's a snap word and it's a long A word, we have to put that S on the ending because we often forget our ending. Silent E makes the. You guys can write the. It's a snap word. The. I'm not right. You can check the up here or you can check it over on the word wall. Makes the vowel long. Now, when I write vowel long, you guys can either write it with me, or if you're running out of room, you don't have to write it with me because this is going to be a long part. Makes the vowel. That's why I said if you don't have room and you don't want to write, makes the vowel long. You don't have to write vowel long. But then this part, you can write. Makes the vowel long, like in lake and take. Let's go slow. Like is a snap word. Can you guys write the snap word like?
You mean lake?
Like.
Like. L-I-K-E. Jordy! K-E.
It's okay. It's okay if you help each other. L-I-K-E. Like. Makes the vowel long. Like. In. In is a snap word we know. In.
The jump. Just start at the top.
Just wait, Braylee. Like in take and lake. Now, partners, before we move on, Lila. Croy, honey. Like in lake, Croy.
Like take.
Like in lake and take. Okay? Lake, take are two words that the A says what? A. It says its name. So work with your partner, and I want you to try to write like in lake and take. I'm going to float around to see how friends are doing. So finish the rest of the sentence. In lake and take. Lake and take.
I'm not going to have to work together. I'm not going to.
Like in lake. So how do you think we spell
I don't
lake? Lake
Like
and
this.
take.
At least it's
There's
fish.
just a cake. What do we need to go at the end?
I have
Like in
lots.
lake. There you go. And
Ian and
take.
Dominic, if you're finished, you can just sit quietly and
Like in
I'm not.
lake
until
and
Miss Stone
take.
comes and talks to you.
No.
Like in lake and take. Did you guys work together as a team?
I know.
Did you figure it out? Like in lake and take. Nice job. Great, Dominic. It is the end.
So, make this one smaller though. It depends on
Finish your sentence right now. Right now we're finishing. It says like in, and we need to write lake and take. So I need you to sit up like first grader, and I need you to join them and ask how
You need this E because it makes this say
Now I just got to erase these lines. Wait, I want to write self.
All right, run clubs. 3, catch a ball. bubble. 2, 1, 0. Don't erase it yet. You don't have to erase it yet. Can I have a friend come up here and write lake? Like in lake and take, but I want the friend to write just lake. Maddie, can you come write lake?
Wait, is anybody going to write and? We're just writing take.
I'll write and. And then if you guys think that Maddie needs to fix something, you can go ahead and put a thumbs down. If you think she did it just wonderfully, put a thumbs up. So check Maddie's writing.
We don't put it somewhere.
I'm gonna have to get
I'm looking at us. Okay, Maddie's gonna step back. Is Maddie's writing? Did she get it? Lake and take. Did you check your writing? Is this how you spell lake as well?
Yes.
Lake and okay. Who can write take? Jordan, can you come write take?
Hey, you shouldn't be.
Hunter, you could just catch a bubble. If you're not writing, you should be watching Jordan. So Braylee and Kane and Savannah, you should watch Jordan as she's writing her take. Get ready to see if she needs to fix it or if she did it just right. Dominic, are you watching to see if she needs to fix it or did she do it just right? What do you guys think? She did it just right. Like in lake and take. Dominic, what do I need at the end of my sentence?
Period.
I need a period. All right, friends. Do you think we can give this to Mr. Hauser? So we can tell him what we are learning about? Can we read it all together one more time? Go ahead and get your reading voices ready.
We are working on the case of silent E. Silent E makes the vowel long, like in lake and take.
Now, if we were to continue writing, do you think Mr. Hauser might need to know something about this word? What did we talk about this morning about this snap word?
It doesn't always have to make the rule.
Wait, can you raise your hand and tell your friends? Colton, what did you observe about this?
It doesn't always have to have the rule.
So not all of our words follow that rule. Does E, no, it does not E. Does have follow the magic E rule? No. Kane, why does have not follow the magic E rule?
Because silent E is silent.
Okay, that's not good. Can someone help? Kane, why does have not fit our rule? Jordy, why does it not?
Because the A doesn't say A.
The A doesn't say A. So that E is just kind of being a silly E there. And sometimes not all of our words fit the rules. So that's why we added to watch out for words like have. Okay, when I quickly call your Rug Club partners because I want to play the flashlight game where we read our snap words.